You do not hear the bell at first. You hear the roar. 60,000 people in a stadium. Phones held up like a field of stars. Names chanted in waves. EJ. EJ. Let's go, Jake. Cameras slide past faces painted with flags. Past signs with Jake and AJ in thick marker. Past influencers live streaming every second. This is more than a fight. It is a crossover event between two realities. On one side, Anthony Joshua, Olympic gold medalist, former heavyweight champion, the classic heavyweight. On the other, Jake Paul, the YouTuber who turned trolling into training camp and somehow talked his way into a real heavyweight main event. Everyone thinks they know the story. Joshua is here to restore order. Jake is here to be humbled and paid. Real boxing versus internet chaos. That is the script. But what if there is another script? One you're not supposed to see. During the final pre-fight tracking shot, the camera glides past the timekeeper's table. For a heartbeat, something glossy flashes under the desk. A laminated sheet. Your eyes snatch one line from it before the shot cuts away. Round 5, Shock knockdown. You blink. Has to be some production note. A graphic cue. Anything but what it sounds like. Ring walks. Joshua comes first. Hood up. Eyes cold. Soaking in the sound. Jake follows, bathed in lights and noise. Music pounding, chain swinging, cameras in his face. He laughs, points, plays to the crowd like it is another vlog. But behind it, his eyes look focused in a way you have not seen before. Not scared, not loose, like a man who has rehearsed every second. The bell rings. Round 1 goes how the sane world predicted. Joshua's jab is a piston. Controlling distance, touching Jake whenever he wants. Jake plods, covers up, wings the occasional wild right that AJ reads before it even leaves his shoulder. It looks like a world-class athlete sparring a tough beginner. Twitter fills with mismatch and clown emojis. What no one can see on TV is the tiny earpiece tucked under the lead commentator's collar, fitting him gentle nudges. Lean into the outclassed angle. Sell the dominance. What no one can see is the brief buzz in the referee's pocket between rounds, a vibration pattern he has learned to recognize as standby. Not yet. Rounds 2 and 3. More of the same, but with a twist. Joshua is winning clearly, but he never quite pushes to finish. He taps instead of detonates, steps back when he could step in. The commentary calls it patient and disciplined. In the crowd, people start to murmur. You notice something strange. After certain exchanges, AJ glances not at Jake, but toward his corner, just for a split second, as if he is checking a clock only he can see. Between rounds, the cameras stay busy with replays and graphic packages. They do not show the ring tech who walks out during a break and runs a gloved hand over a small patch near the neutral corner, where the canvas is very slightly smoother than the rest. Round 4, right on cue, Jake comes alive. He slips a jab, lands a solid shot to the body, follows with a left hook that mostly hits glove but looks dramatic in slow motion. The crowd roars at anything that hints at a shift. Instantly the tone in the booth shifts. Maybe we underestimated him. He is still dangerous. In the production truck, the director stays calm. Build the comeback. Show his family. Push the underdog narrative. Then comes round 5. The words from that sheet echo in your head. Shock knockdown. Joshua steps in behind a jab, just like he has all night. Jake flings a wide, ugly right hand from too far out. The kind of punch coaches warn you never to throw. A champion should see it, roll under it, make him pay. Instead, for one impossible instant, the heavyweight champion of the world plants his weight and turns his chin straight into the punch. Leather meets bone with a crack that sounds wrong, too loud. Like a sound effect, AJ's legs knot. He stumbles backward, heel catching that ever so slightly slick patch of canvas, and crashes onto his back. Eyes blinking at the arena lights, the stadium explodes. People on chairs spilling drinks. Grabbing their heads, the commentators are screaming, "No way, we are witnessing history." On social media, the clip of the punch hits feeds before the referee reaches the count of 4. You watch Joshua's face as he listens to the count. Shock. Anger. Then, beneath it, something small and chilling. Composure. He waits. At 9, he rises. From that moment on, the fight is different. Technically, Jake is still the less polished fighter. But reality has been bent. Every punch he throws now carries the memory of that knockdown. Everything makes the crowd gasp. Judges are human. Humans feel waves, not numbers. Joshua pressures, but never quite like a man whose legacy hangs by a thread. Jake slows down, but never quite collapses. The rounds blur into a back and forth that feels competitive enough to argue about forever. Final bell. Both men raise their hands. Scorecards. Judge 1 scores the bout. You barely hear the numbers over your own pulse. Then, split decision. To the winner, Jake Paul. The sound that follows is beyond language. Half the arena screams with joy, half in outrage. AJ hugs Jake, nods, says the line every veteran knows, "The better man won tonight." Jake cries, falls to his knees, tells the world he proved everybody wrong. The internet loses its mind. Greatest upset ever. Biggest robbery ever. Every round is clipped, slowed, debated. Someone posts a freeze frame of that sheet under the timekeeper's desk. The words "round 5. Shock knockdown" circled in red. Another account uploads what claims to be a leaked document. Event drama structure guidelines. It lays out ideal rounds for momentum shifts, language suggestions for commentary. Ways to maximize emotional engagement while preserving plausible deniability. Maybe it is fake. Maybe it is a troll. But you cannot unsee it. You start replaying not just this fight, but others. The perfectly timed comebacks. The convenient cuts. The fights that were never quite dominant enough to kill the rematch money. Somewhere along the way, the line between pure competition and entertainment product got very thin. And then the creepiest question slides into your mind. If one result creates record views, record bets, record arguments, who really wants to dig deep enough to prove it was all just chance? You look one more time at the final image from the broadcast. Jake on the ropes, screaming into the camera that he shocked the world. AJ in the corner, already crafting the "I will be back" story. Promoters grinning in the shadows. Streaming services tweeting about historic numbers. Belts are metal and leather. Narratives are priceless. In a world where attention is the real championship, maybe the true victory is not landing the cleaner punches. Maybe it is owning the story so completely that people will fight about it forever. What if that is the only fight that has been rigged all along? This is, of course, a fictional what if, not a claim about any real fight or fighter. But if it made you look at big events and big narratives a little differently, do not let it end here. Hit like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments which impossible sports story we should rewrite next.